We are Spud and Joey. We are best friends, dads, and realtors. We also head up a running tribe here in Salt Lake City called Run with Mojo. On the weekends, we love exploring new trails and neighborhoods together. We aren't the fastest or the most skilled runners in the world. We're just two slightly out of shape dads that love a good trail run. We love running as much for the opportunity to clear our minds and have a good laugh as we do for the run itself. As runners, we know how mundane running on a treadmill can be. That's why we created the Come Run With Us project. So the next time you're on a treadmill, you'll have a cool trail to explore and a couple of buddies to run with. No matter what time of day or where you are in the world, you can always come run with us. Welcome to the Come Run With Us project.
Or opening up.
We're missing Brenner today, so it's a good day.
Just a good day for a ride.
We have a feeling that things are going to work.
Well, no, we know for a fact that the audio is going to be better.
Video's going to be good.
Video's going to be here. And he's going to edit this, so in all reality, it'll actually be perfect.
This is great.
Yeah, this is next level.
It's July 6th. We're at Hidden Valley Park in Draper. We've ran this trail a lot. It's my favorite section of runnable trail, maybe in all of Salt Lake Valley. I love it.
That's awesome.
It's flat, it's rolly, it's beautiful. And look up here behind this, as we come up from behind this tree, see that flag? Somebody puts this flag up over Bear Hollow, I think it's called, every year during July. So that's cool. I don't know if you can see it.
By the way, do you feel like it has gotten colder in July? Because the last few mornings when I've been running, I have been freezing cold.
It has been cold.
And it's July. Usually you come out on a run in July and you're like dying.
PSA for this park. If you have dogs and you want to run at Hidden Valley Park here in Draper, don't bring your dogs. There's all these foxtails. If you don't know what a foxtail is, it's a weed that when dogs step on them, they get inside their paw. In fact, my sweet little bulldog, Alice, had a bump on her paw once. And I was just looking at it, bothering her. And I looked at it and I just saw like a little, it just looked like this tiny little, wasn't even an eighth of an inch, just like this little thing that had poked in there. It looked like this little tiny sliver. And I got some tweezers and pulled on it. And this foxtail was like 1.25 inches long, and it came out of her in reverse. I was so lucky. It was almost like pulling like a barbed arrow.
Oh my gosh.
Out of.
That's crazy.
It was gnarly. And yeah, she didn't get it here, but foxtails are no joke. So PSA, don't bring your dogs.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's a thing.
That's crazy.
So yeah, it's the 6th of July. Spud's sporting his 4th of July
Do you see
colors.
It? Red, white, on socks, and blue. I did purposely do that.
Are those socks white?
They're white enough?
They are. You watch those with those white socks with a whole lot of blue stuff.
No, they're like a gray.
Like, they're
I think that's my shoes. They're like reflecting because they're so white.
I don't think so. No.
No, they were the whitest socks I could find this morning because.
Well, this episode is brought to you courtesy of the red, off-white, and blue.
Yep.
This trail's fun, right? When you just got to make it up this little
jaunt,
steep section. Every time Spud and I come and run this trail, we talk about the horrific first episode we posted. Go back and watch that if you just want to cringe a lot.
I think it's gotten better with age. Which, by the way, I was gonna watch our last couple episodes to try to wrap up all those little stories that we started that we don't have part twos to, you know, because we don't have we don't have a twosie to, I don't remember the names, but the last 2 episodes,
Red Rock Trail, part 2, for some reason,
don't have part 2s.
doesn't work.
So
was it Red Rock, or was Red Rock and Red Potato the same one?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was.
But I was gonna actually try to do that. And then this morning I got driving, I was half asleep. I don't remember going to sleep. Okay, so we don't have, we don't, we have it was the Red Rock Trailhead. So that was like, which by the way, 11 days ago, got 70 views already. Like, who was watching this?
Wow.
Like, I don't understand.
Wow.
I mean,
7-0?
Yeah.
You didn't say 17.
70.
Wow.
I know.
Look at us.
And it's not like, anyway.
And we hit a little warm pocket right there. Did you feel that?
Yeah, well, I thought you like,
This is a nice little
thought you had a
warm
little
pocket.
gas or something, because I want to go back and just sit in it.
There's just a weird little warm pocket. What would make that, I wonder?
I do want to know.
What would just randomly right there,
It was so
20 feet ago,
Can we just go
walked
back
through a
and watch
warm
this
air
for a
bubble.
second? Wait,
Okay.
real fast. Okay. So the Red Rock Trailhead, I was talking about how I think I ruined Brenner. And I ended the episode with that. And I wanted to talk about that just real fast. It was the sleepover. That's all.
Oh, yeah.
So Brenner wanted to come, like he had to be like,
let's walk and talk.
8 or 10.
So let's bring people up to speed, because I told Spud in the parking lot, I listened to the podcast version on my last couple. Look at all these foxtails. I pulled one of these out of my dog's foot. Man, just, you know what it is. Anyways, I was telling Spud in the parking lot that I actually liked listening to the podcast on my run, which surprised me because I hadn't listened to the podcast yet. But we've only been doing it for a year, so.
Well, yeah, but like,
so I'm going to describe things better. So I'm going to set the table for these people. We were talking on an episode, and Spud was saying left people on a hanger like we do, and but then part 2 didn't work, so you just got left on an eternal hanger.
I really felt bad about it.
He was saying to leave people on a hanger. He messed up Brenner, his nephew, and then the story so tell the story. What happened?
So one night we were down in Nephi hanging out at my sister's house, and I do this all the time.
This is when Spud had this cool condo in Provo, right? He's the cool uncle. He's got a cool condo.
Yeah.
You're married, right? Or
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
And so
So for an 8 or 10-year-old nephew, go on.
Yeah. So we were there, and I probably mentioned something along the lines of like, "Oh man, you should come stay with me," because I do that all the time. And then I look over at my wife,
and it was probably more like, "Let's have a sleepover."
Yeah, because I was probably super amped for it. And then I probably looked over at my wife of the time, and she was like, "No, we're not doing that." And for some reason that happens all the time. I need to ask people things before I just say, "Hey, let's do this." And so anyway, we didn't do a sleepover or have him come hang out. And all of a sudden he was crying.
But that was just one time though. He slept over other times.
One time. We only had one time where we all hung out as a uncle-nephew party. Because, we just never hung out. It was a weird thing. Because
I'm a great uncle, and I didn't have sleepovers all the time with my nephews, okay? So that's not a weird thing.
Okay, well that makes.
In fact, I don't know if
makes me feel better, because I think. Oh, wow!
you really took off. You're like shot out of an end of a gun.
That just hit hard. But yeah, it was one of those things, and now I'm learning. It scarred me way more, because when we talked about it on the episode, Brenner was like, "Huh." I mean, sure.
Well, that's because it is just the silliest thing. Every kid in the entire world experiences a thing where it's like, "Hey, should we do this?" And then, "Oh, sorry, that didn't work out, bud."
Well, I don't.
You know?
I don't allow my kids to experience that, even though I do every day. My son has asked me to play Halo every day for the past probably like legit, like month and a half.
How old's Graham?
He's like 4. He's 4. And man, he is just next level when it comes to Nintendo. Like, I can't be more proud. Like, oh.
Spud's a big Nintendo guy for
Like,
anybody that doesn't know.
Dude, you know those guys that are probably like, put them in stupid sports and the kid's like a natural and the dad instantly thinks like, oh, his kid's going somewhere even though they're never going anywhere because sports are pointless, stupid, and dumb. But my son,
Not like video games.
yeah, my son busts out video games like you would not believe.
Hey, what do you call trail running? Is it an activity of sorts?
It's a hobby.
It's a hobby.
So
Not a sport though.
No.
What about running just in general?
No, it's a hobby. Okay.
It's not just our favorite hobby to do together. Oh, and then our second favorite thing, golf. That's also.
That's just a hobby too. I don't understand what you're getting at.
No, they're just pointless, dumb things we do together. Spud did say as soon as he got out of the car this morning, let's get this shit over with. After he and Brenner sent these picture messages of the best hike ever that they went on this week, just with no even like, hey Joe, I know it's a long shot, but we're doing a hike in the morning. You want to go, bud? Nope. Just, hey, check out how dirty we got on our fun buddy hike. Is the best time. Man, I don't know if I remember a time just out on the trail that I enjoyed more. And talk about therapeutic.
Oh my God.
Talk about it.
Well, I did not go in any of this in depth.
Just
That
it was all in the undertones.
This was all Joey's mind.
It was all in the undertones.
So let me wrap this up.
Okay, so sports are pointless and stupid, but
not that.
But
So anyway,
Graham's super and awesome at Nintendo.
yeah, he's crushing
And you're
it.
one of those dads that thinks he's going somewhere with it, but this one, he might actually go somewhere.
Oh, no, 100%. He's not going anywhere. But the cool thing is that he's just really great at it, and it makes me super proud. So the
Let's try and get this flag that's up here that people had no idea what I was talking about.
That's cool. So, but real fast. So Brenner's didn't get screwed up by me. My son has been asking me, just like Brenner, for the last, like, I don't know, like forever, to do anything. And man, he like wants to do these boys' nights and hang out and like play games. And it's like, I don't understand it, but I don't have enough hours in the day. Like, I can't sleep less and get all the stuff done. So I'm just like over it. And so I've just let him down. So I've just accepted that I think I'm traumatizing my son. But yeah, so that's where I was going with that, is that I think I feel worse than these little humans that I'm letting down, because I'm so aware of
and
like
again,
stuff.
let's talk about letting down real quick. You know, you letting down Brenner was one time when he was 8 and it didn't work out that you could have a sleepover. That's not letting somebody down, just so you know. And then, you know, not playing Halo every night with your 4-year-old, that's also, you know, it's also not the worst thing a dad could say he's done to his kid, you know. So give yourself a little grace.
That's funny. That's the advice I'd give to someone. I do need to give myself better advice, because man, I sure tell people stuff, but wow, I don't do it for me.
But I'm not listening to that.
Yeah, I'm like, F you, you need to do better. I was gonna tell you so. Oh, I did read this hilarious Instagram thing the other day where it was like they took a Times News article and had millennial dads are like the worst generation at like DIY, like skilled, like, you know, whatever. And then in the little thing, like the reply button underneath it, it said, yeah, but at least I have the emotional capacity to tell my daughter I love her. I was like, oh, that sure was that was a boomer, like, oh.
Yeah, that is pointed.
But I didn't think about that a little bit. I was like, man, like, the generation, like not you and I, because we obviously are awesome at that stuff, but there's a lot of guys that I've learned over the years that really can't do like little, you know, they can't build a shelf or
Hey, we're
put
pretty
together
great because we can tell our daughters we love them, and
I
we're
don't
handy.
know. I was actually, I read that and I went, dang, I got like skills. Do you want me to record you on this? Because this is really cool and it'd be kind of fun to see.
We'll figure it out. But I want to hook the people before
I like that.
before you take the camera.
Ooh, good point.
You know.
But yeah, I thought that was so funny because I was thinking about like there are a lot of like guys that I've met, you know, over the years, especially selling houses, like that I've been like, oh, just do that, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, you know, like you can just fix that. It'd take 2 seconds. Or like you'll get somebody on an inspection, and they'll be like, it needs a 3, like, or it needs a.
Oh gosh, this receptacle's not
like
grounded. This outlet, it's not a GSTI. The inspector said it's not a GSTI.
Yeah, and you're like, GSTI, just so you know, you just pop it in.
It's 4 wires.
Like it takes 4 seconds.
But
like,
yeah, I would do that a lot. Where early on in my career, I would start talking about, okay, well, all you got to do is you got to swap out this door package just super fast. We're going to paint in here. We're going to redo the backsplash, new flooring. Just going to be a piece of cake.
Little Saturday.
It'll be
just a little Saturday.
Just a long weekend. That's all. And this place is tip top. And it would overwhelm people. And I had to start realizing, like, okay, not everybody is probably as enthusiastic. This might be overwhelming to some.
Or like even able to do any of it. Yeah, no, it's one of those funny things that when I read that, I was like, oh man, we are like, gosh, we're just double dipping in the awesomeness. Because we got there was another little thing that I watched the other day that talks about how our generation is the last generation to know tradition, and yet the first generation to question it. And so we're not like the old generation where it was like, this is what you have to do. But we're not like the new one. Morning.
It's just us.
It's just you. Were you supposed to say that again? But like,
hey, for background, we know trail etiquette, Spud and I, and we demand it out of.
I mean,
other people on the trail.
Please don't put me into that boat.
Yeah, we demand.
You demand it. But I thought that was kind of cool, which I don't know. Because like the new generation, they don't know traditions, or supposedly. I feel like.
Give me an example of a tradition you're talking about.
Oh, I don't know. It was just on an Instagram thing.
Like disrespect your mother on accident and you get a belt.
Yeah.
That type of tradition.
That type of tradition.
Yeah.
But no, I think like
Can I share a quickie? Just a
quickie?
One time I thought I was being hilarious when I was a kid, and I had a long t-shirt on, and I pulled my pants down just a little bit, and then I said, oh look, a penny, and pretended to pick it up, so that when I bent over, I mooned everybody, and boy, was that ever a
that was not the right
mistake. Wow, was that there were some serious consequences to that move. And the thing that hurts so bad about it, why I think I still remember it now, is being so confused. I thought it was
hilarious,
funny. I had no clue that was going to be something that was going to get me in trouble. Where, you know, sometimes when it's like, oh, I know I'm going to be in deep shit.
Oh yeah, and so like you do it anyway, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to see what the consequences are.
Yeah, this was one where I was just like, what?
You're like, really?
I got spanked for that.
That's the thing that got me spanked? Showing you this, got it hit?
So, sorry.
No, that is interesting. But no, I have no idea I was thinking, I don't know, traditions, like, maybe they're talking about like, I don't even know. Cause
we are the first parenting generation to
like allow maybe like
to question the old ways and give respect and treat our kids with respect, like with more respect, like as humans, you know, like
yeah.
I don't
like give them a voice, maybe.
Yeah, like okay, and it's hard. It's it's
hard because you sometimes still want to beat the crap out of them.
Yeah, and maybe, with that story I just told, it could have been that my dad was just absolutely going through it at the time, and for whatever reason, that just, because there's been times where I've gone, wow, did I overreact to that?
Yeah.
And nowadays, at least for me, I will go and I will apologize to my kids and say, hey, I overreacted. I was out of line with how I reacted. You know, I'm sorry I was being so grumpy.
I think that's what we both...
That never would have happened.
That's what we both...
in my childhood. Never.
Yeah, like that's what we both talked about, because I feel like for me at least, it's so important for that apology, because I still overreact all the time too. And yet, like, I still don't know why it's so weird to me, but like, I just always thought that I was the biggest piece of shit. Like, always.
So did I.
Because like...
talking about you. No, me, I felt like...
That was funny how it sounded though, like, yep. But I was piece of shit.
I always thought you were a giant piece of shit too.
But like, it's weird, right? Because like, my dad would get home and like, he's bipolar, so I do give him a lot of grace. And I actually, and knowing how it is to be a dad now, I give him even more. I'm like, holy crap, it is rough. But
yeah.
You know,
it was easier back then though.
But what?
It was easier back then, I promise. I do promise.
Oh, 100%. You could drive to work, drive home, and not be
you didn't have to talk to your kids, and that was a normal dad thing.
Yeah.
You didn't have to eat all your, at least in my experience, your food, everything was done for you. All you had to do is work. Get out of the house and go work.
Yeah.
That's like the easiest thing of
that's
all the things.
That's actually my break most days.
Yeah. Work is the getaway.
Yeah.
That is like the easiest thing that we do on a weekly basis, is the work part of it.
That is a good point. And it is so funny how hard that changed. But like to reiterate, like about like he was bipolar, so like he would wake up either happy or sad pretty much. He'd come home from work happy or sad, and he didn't know why. You know, that was back before we had any type of therapy or medication or anything, and it was all new. And obviously,
mental health wasn't a thing.
And mental health.
Stop being a
sissy,
yeah.
And just do your job. You know,
I inserted sissy because there was a different word I really wanted to.
Yeah,
it was the word that you would use, but it was super derogatory towards women.
Yeah. Which now we don't use, but back then it was just like, yep, this is what we use.
That's what you are.
But no, like, it's weird as a kid, and I've thought of this so much as a dad, of where I will not get home from work and be in a mood without explaining to my children, hey, like, I had a really hard day.
We don't care.
Like, I am just stressed to the point of where I have no patience, and I am so sorry for my attitude. It has nothing to do with you and what you do, because I love you more than anything, and you're so important to me. I just I'm just a little bit out of it, and I hope so badly that just makes him never ever feel like I felt when I was a kid, because your dad's everything. Your mom's everything, you know?
Yep.
You think that if they're mad, it's got to be you.
For sure.
Which I think we've talked about this before. I don't know why I'm even going off on this. It's such a depressing subject. So moving on.
Healthy though. I was 30 years old before I stopped feeling like I was just a completely worthless asshole. And the way I masked those feelings, and just the feeling of, had this thought the other day, like never being understood, just being tolerated, like through my youth, like I just felt like tolerated.
Yeah.
You know, like it wasn't like a cool, this is what you're into, let's
let me support you.
Let's explore it together. Let's spend time together in it. Let's come see what I'm into, you know? Like it was just like, you're my son, I'll tolerate you. The last time we did this, I got the shot.
No, remember I went through and took it.
You're getting the shot this time. Yeah, remember I was in the shot last time we got this.
Can I use this?
This time I'm taking one of you. Last time I was in the shot.
I thought you meant like a shot. Like a...
I had a shot of Fireball.
No.
Last time we were here.
The phone. You know how like...
Oh yeah.
Like that shot. Because I took I have a video. We don't even have to take a new one. I have a video of me walking through this. I just never shared it.
Me walking through it. Now I'm getting a video
Can I get
of
up
me
there?
taking a video.
Haven't I said I wanted to get up there before? Should I get up there?
I think you should.
Yes.
I think you should.
Can you hold the BP if you know what I mean? Little inside. We're never going to mention what it means.
I don't know. I hope you do mention it because I have no clue what you're talking about.
I want to see if I can.
I'm pretty sure you. Oh, I gotta remember which camera. Oh, he's doing some bouldering. We're doing some light bouldering on the show now. Look at this. Look at those King Mountains just doing work. Do they still make King Mountains Ultra?
Oh, I wish they did.
You made that look really pretty easy, Spud.
It wasn't bad, to be 100% honest. Oh, and look, you can go up this one. There's like a little...
Now, hang on.
I mean, this is like...
If you fall, I need
Actually, this looks a little slick, right?
No, you got it.
Doesn't that look a little slick?
Yeah, you got it.
I feel like this one's a little... Yep, it's a little slicker.
You don't have to do it now that you're into it. You don't have to just keep going. Spud.
Man, I think I have a new... No! Water bottle
Nathan
down!
water bottle. Okay, now hang on. His Nathan water bottle. All those times that it's fallen out and it finally.
Dude, I have a plan. Okay.
If you're on the podcast, I'm sorry.
Okay, I have a plan.
This is good footage.
I have a plan.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty proud of myself for having recorded on both my phone and, oh geez. Look at the consequences of that move that he just. Oh! Wow! Wow!
I think that worked out. All right, water bottle down.
Okay. Super impressive. Your other one's not too far off. I would have gotten it for you, except for I was so busy recording with both cameras.
I should have.
And
you know
actually
what?
doing a decent job of it.
In hindsight, should have taken the belt off. Where's it at? Oh, it's just down there.
I think you honestly did so much better than I anticipated you doing. Just so much better.
I mean, I've never climbed a rock, and that was really exciting. I think we should get into rock climbing.
Like, come rock climb with us.
Come rock climb with us.
That actually would be better, and honestly,
easier because we go to one place and just go up a mountain.
We just wear a camera on our head and look at each other, and
oh man,
like that would be so.
And we could
much
just
better.
stop on a rock and sit and talk about our therapy.
Like legit, it would be a better show.
If you want to start training, let's start getting into it.
I actually took some rock climbing classes in college. When I say that, it was one class because I only went to a semester of college. So I don't want to make that, I don't want to jazz that up.
Yeah, but
make it sound cooler than it was. I said I took some rock climbing classes in college. No, I was part of a rock climbing club for like 2 months.
Other camera, sorry. I was meaning to hold that.
Man, it's funny how we do that, right?
Well, I mean, everything I say gets at least amplified.
Well, I mean, you did live in a van just outside of Black Ridge Reservoir.
First of all, I went there all the time. All the time. I need to get Mike on this show and be like, Mike, we went there a lot, right?
So we did a run at Black Ridge Reservoir way back when. It's called Black Ridge Reservoir. Go check it out.
It's in Harriman. It's amazing. Yeah, I love it. I've been there so many times.
It's like our 5th or 6th episode. This is actually a great episode. And Spud was talking about training for his triathlon and talked about how much training he did there, and he just so much time spent. And so we went off on a tangent about him living in a van up there above Black Ridge Reservoir. He spent so much time there. But yeah, perfect example of the way we make ourselves sound like we're cooler than we are constantly.
No, it's true, because every single story, but it's not even the cool thing. It's like my brain instantly has to be like, yeah, no, we've done that like 10 times. And I think mine is honestly memory, where it's like, oh, that was so fun, so exciting, so like legit. And then if I sit back for 4 seconds and think, how many times have I actually done that? Or how many things was that? It'll be like, oh.
Well, just like when we talked about Brenner not being able to come sleep over, he said, I loved those sleepovers at your house.
Oh yeah, and it made it seem like there was way more than one.
All the time. So
nope, one time.
Yeah.
It was the one that I built. So I forgot we didn't actually talk about that either. So.
Well, you did.
Well, we lost it, yeah.
But our audio visual guy that I still paid for the show, you know, wasn't able to salvage the footage.
Well, yeah, I like.
What do you think that, real quick, before you talk about your this fort, because it is awesome. Since we've brought on an audio visual guy, I don't even think we've put out 50% of the shows.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're probably at like a 33%.
We've dramatically reduced.
But don't you feel like we've went out more?
We have.
We've gone out.
To.
Yeah.
Because we've lost all the footage.
Well, no, but even just to like build stuff up, we've gone out more just to be able to build up the episode so we didn't have to worry or be nervous or stress out every single day of our lives. And just be able to take a Saturday off when maybe we're exhausted, tired, didn't get to sleep till super late, but you can't because you know you only have an episode that's gonna hit Monday, so you can't have a day off.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you see
what just happened there? I feel like I'm blacked out.
Looking at that. Well, a lot happened, all right? A lot happened. And I'm always looking at the camera now because I'm just so terrified that, you know, like one of the shows, Brenner just let us know, like, oh, Joey's mic didn't work on the second half of that one.
Yeah.
Or just, hey guys, couldn't get the audio to work for whatever reason.
Yeah, the only thing I can figure on that first one with the audio is it wasn't Bluetooth to it when we first started. So I wonder if, oh, that's weird. I don't want to, sorry. Don't want to move that thing all over the place on you.
Does she hate it when it's bouncing?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I hate it when it bounces too.
We're sorry. Okay, now we can go. No, I'm just joking. He's scared too. He's really scared.
It's not scared. It's weird for my equilibrium. That's all. And I'm a little scared.
No, it is brutal. I agree. That is true. This is actually my favorite part of the trail where I can do my fun jumpy off rock stuff.
Oh yeah.
Morning. So yeah, 33% success rate. And the one sleepover we did, I busted out every gaming system I had, set it up in my main living room area. Which was a lot. Yeah, I had the Xbox, I had the PS2, I had the 64, I had the regular Nintendo, Super Nintendo, pretty much every single console. And like I just told them, the Wii, because that was out at the time. And I just told them, I said, pick a game. You pick a game. And booyah, we could play. But then I screwed sheets into the ceiling and made it so that we could have the fort over all of us.
They were sheets right off the bed too. Pulled them right off the bed, screwed them to the ceiling.
Every single time I do that, my wife is always like, why? Morning.
That's his side of the trail, all right, Spud?
Yeah.
You get the hell over on the wrong side.
I felt really bad.
That is his side of the trail. I was not going to take my camera off of that. Because I thought for sure you guys were just going to collide. Just smash right into each other.
I know, I was like, oh, I thought, I'm sorry.
I love how you stood your ground though.
I didn't mean to, honestly.
I knew early on that guy was not. He had staked claim on that side of the trail. Well, and I guess you did too. But you had the right of way at least, so.
I know, I thought that I was supposed to stay here, so the rule follower in me was like, well, I think I'm supposed to be here.
If I bounce over now, then we're gonna do that dance thing where we're each doing it.
But then I was like, but then my respect for elders came in and I was like, oh, so it was scary. But yeah, so I think I wrapped all that up.
So yeah, Brenner got to, you guys had a bunch of consoles, you had a giant fort built. You know,
played games all night.
That's the other thing. Your then wife might have been against you having Brenner up because of
how elaborate I make everything.
Because of the pageantry that you put on when they did come. You know, you took all of her bedding and you screwed it to the ceiling. You know that.
And you know it didn't come out of that ceiling for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, it stayed. Because just taking stuff down and cleaning it up is no fun.
Yeah.
Building it, that's a blast.
No, I've realized from the 2 wives I've had that I am the problem. Like, Katie always has to be like, okay, now I get that you want to have fun with the kids. However, can we just...
We're not going to spray paint the car. We're not spray painting the car Mario colors to drive to the theater to see the Mario Brothers movie.
Oh.
We're not doing that.
I mean, that sounds awesome. Good idea. Putting that in the bank. Because Super Mario Brothers movie 2 comes out next year. I could do like an elaborate wrap on the car. Then we could take it off. Ooh.
Which, by the way, I had a fun idea for a Halloween costume for you and I, but...
A Mario and Luigi?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just...
I mean, why don't you just pull your pants down and take a giant shit on that idea? Just shut it down before I even try to connect with you on a level.
The world would obviously understand that me and you would be Mario and Luigi, and obviously I've wanted to do that since the beginning of time, but I can't even imagine you doing it.
You didn't let me finish the thought as we do a run, like a Halloween run. Yeah, and then you can be bouncing all over the place.
And then you'd be like, yeah!
We'll get like a satchel full of atomic fireball candies.
Oh my gosh.
And we'll throw them at other runners.
Man, I'm sorry. That was, rewind that footage. I had some trauma.
Dumbest idea.
I had some built up trauma from Joey not wanting to do things I want to do in life, and I think maybe the 2 times you probably told me no. I've definitely put a little bit of armor around that.
Some energy around it. Yeah.
And so then I didn't want to say, oh yeah, Joey, let's dress up like Mario and Luigi, because I knew it'd get shot down. And so then when you brought it up, I was like, well, I'm going to be the guy that gets to say no to this. But I actually think that sounds glorious, so we should do it.
Okay. By the way, everybody, so today's 2 days after the 4th of July, it's July 6th. Next weekend, I'm running a race called the Cirque Series at Snowbird Ski Resort. Ooh, I gave Brenner and Spud a chance to do this with me, but they didn't. Now it's sold out. It's an 8.7 mile race with 3,700 feet of elevation gain.
That's brutal.
It's intense. And I think I'm gonna do a little edit, because I don't know if you guys have seen on the YouTube channel, I did a little
Lake Havasu.
A little edit on there of not Lake Havasu.
Same thing.
Obviously Spud hasn't watched.
Well, no, it's just like a waterfall or something. I watched it.
Havasu Falls.
Havasu Falls, that's what it is.
A really cool experience I had. 4-day backpacking adventure into.
Which, can I just tell you, I didn't even know that climby part of it looks like
Mooney Falls, where you're on a cliff face, and
but it looks like a
it's terrifying.
Was it? It does look tight, but was it like logs, that made a climby do?
No, there's chains in there.
Chains.
So these waterfalls are so powerful, they generate crazy amounts of overspray, and that overspray goes up. And then over time, it kind of it looks like the rock's melting, but what is it when, in a cave, is it
Oh yeah, stalactites?
Stalactites?
I think.
It's almost like that, where the water gets onto the rock and calcifies, and then it starts to droop. So all the rock around these big, powerful waterfalls look like they're droopy and melty, and it's so cool. But it's also makes it so that it's really soft and whatever. So there's quasi I don't know if quasi is the right word. There's kind of some steps, some footholds, and then there's these anchors that are hammered in with chains. And yeah, you gotta at Havasu Falls, you have to climb down. It's called Mooney Falls. That's probably 300 feet or something. I don't know, 300 or 400 feet.
It's so cool.
And it is It was so cool. I think, you know, help us get to 1 million followers. And if you do that, I promise you, we will do a
Come run with this vacation.
come run with this project at Havasu Falls, and we will do a trail run to the confluence and back, which is the coolest, top 3 coolest experiences of my life. And I've hiked into Machu Picchu. You know, like this is right there with Machu Picchu.
That's awesome.
Not quite Machu Picchu, but right there.
Dude, that's so cool. Yeah, thank you.
I was gonna say, so yeah, I will do a little special bonus edit, I believe.
Of your little race.
My cute little race that I'm doing. Just my little race that Spud is not doing with me, and so therefore he's belittling it.
No, sorry.
Cute little.
It's an 8 mile, and it's just smaller distance. I don't mean to belittle it. I'm sorry.
I bet this was way harder than like a half, though.
Oh, it's gonna be 10 times harder than a half because it's freaking 4,000 feet of elevation.
I had a fun idea. If you watched last year, Spud and I did the Deseret News Marathon.
Morning.
We did the Deseret News Marathon, and it was just problems. Spud was in a bad spot with his hip. We conked at different times. The GoPro, we of course had malfunctions, didn't work. We didn't get there fast enough to run the parade route, but we could run the half marathon this year and give people that second half that they didn't get on the full marathon.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually.
So the route of the half marathon is you run down Immigration Canyon, past Hogle Zoo, and then up kind of by the University of Utah, and then you run through downtown on the same route that our biggest parade of the year, the 24th of July.
And we're
Pioneer Day.
guaranteed parade, right?
Yep, guaranteed
If
parade
you do half?
on the half.
Yeah. I actually would think that'd be a cool idea. Have you looked into it to see if it's sold out or not?
Yeah, we should hurry and check that out.
I know
But
half.
we could call them, I'm sure, and Spud knows them quite
Oh,
well.
I actually have the race director's number. I could just hit him up.
Yeah, so
He's a cool dude.
anyways,
That'd be fun. Let's think about that. Put a
I think
pin
I'm
in
gonna
it.
sign up for it anyway we look at it.
Put a pin in it, just like the last 3 races we've talked about.
No, I've done those. You haven't.
Well, no, we were gonna do the Spartan, and I still kind of want to do it, but I'm also like, eh.
That was Brenner's idea, and
No, it was my idea because I wanted to do it, and I hit them up on Facebook to see if we could record it, and they said we could, but I started thinking you have to get in like water and stuff, and I don't want the mics.
this is a good turnaround spot. That's a good thought.
Oh, we're done?
We're at 44 minutes.
You want to do 3 today? Or no?
Hey, that's a great idea.
Because I'm down.
That's a great idea.
Can we have our hangar be what we did on the 4th of July? Is that fun enough or no?
I've got some hangers.
Oh, okay. I have nothing.
Not prepared.
Well, I kind of want to follow up on those other hangars that we didn't do anything on, so I'll try to
I
let
thought we
those
just
up.
did follow up on those.
That was just Brenner. That was just that one. I still had
We got more. Give us another one.
Well, remember we talked about how Katie's hurt my feelings and we was going to do a whole thing, but
Oh, we didn't get second part of that trail.
Yeah. When you
That's
were
a
talking
bummer.
about
Did you tell Brenner not to do that one? Because I feel like there was a point on that one where you're like, stop talking about this. Stop it.
World
Did you
news, never
sabotage
know.
the footage?
I'm like pulling this out. Tink. No, I didn't. And then I wanted to watch the
I'm
other
curious.
thing real fast to see what the other hangars were. So what we're going to do is we're going to find out what the hangars are, and then you give your hangars real fast right now. And then I'll give those.
Well, I listened to the episode of Trellioki. Let's walk and talk. Let's cover some.
Which, by the way, have I come up with some songs that I can instantly sing, and none of them are by my favorite bands. It's like Barbie Girl and like Everclear. Like, remember like Father of Mine, like those random like stupid songs from like the 90s that stuck with me, but yet I can't remember my favorite bands I listen to every day.
I'm glad you said that because I did some Googling last night.
Runner. Hello, sir. Morning.
I did some Googling last night, and I wanted to know the top 100 songs on the overlapping year you and I were in middle school together. So 1996 was that year.
Somebody got on the interwebs and got real into this. Okay.
I was, you know, what I thought would just 100% be #1 song of that year wasn't, and I was surprised by that. So I want to know. Well, I'll tell you.
Oh my gosh.
I'll tell you.
This is the best hanger ever.
So the year is 1996.
Is it TLC Waterfalls?
You know, TLC was up there. And it was fun. I did the top 100 songs of every year in the 90s, and it was fun to see the evolution of, you know, going from Kenny G and who's Michael Bolton. Because like the early 90s, it was like,
I forgot about
the top 100 was either like that soft rock, or like Richard Marx, Michael Bolton, or it was Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff.
And like Madonna probably popped in there a little bit in the early 90s.
Yeah, so there's some good stuff. So that's my hanger. Catching you guys up on some stuff that you missed out on because none of our part 2s worked for like the last month. That's Spud's hanger.
Yes.
So thank you for coming on a run with us.
Thank you for climbing with us. That was fun.
That was cool. I'll give you that, Spud. I was impressed by that. Please tune in next week. We're gonna talk. We're gonna reignite. In fact,
I'm really amped
I feel like
about
we got to do a little bit of trailioke on every show because
it was fun.
That's such a great. That was so much fun.
It really was so cool.
And so, if you can, in less than 5 seconds, start singing a song that resonates with you from middle school. I'll count down.
Legit, it's just Barbie Girl. I'm a Barbie girl.
Was that middle school though? That was late 90s, brah.
Well, but
you might have been in there. You got out in 1998.
Well, yeah, because I was. I believe it was because that's when I was playing Diddy Kong Racing on the N64.
What year did the song Barbie Girl come out?
Because I love that.
May 14th, 1997.
Yeah, I was still in.
You were in middle school. Okay. And no worries about, throwing the question back my way.
Okay,
no
middle
worries about
school.
that all. No need. We'll see you next time. I ask all the questions. I'm just here to serve and carry the equipment, record stuff, pay for stuff. No need to ask, throw stuff back my way. Okay, we'll catch you next time. We'll do some trailioke. We'll talk songs from 1996 specifically.